So I grew up in a rural farming area in Washington State, have lived in a few different parts of the United States, but for nearly 20 years, I've been here in Santa Cruz, California. In the early 2010s, after having been a software entrepreneur in a first career, I started volunteering more and more around chronic homelessness and changing the system so that more folks got out of long-term homelessness. But that just made me so much more passionate. Even as we made progress with that, homelessness has not been coming down in California. So became more passionate about the housing crisis and how it affects everyone with everything from environmental impacts to worsening health outcomes to increasing poverty rates. And just we cannot have successful communities without solving it. So 11 years ago, I decided to become a housing developer and to really have a personal mission around helping our infill housing supply, helping create more affordable housing that's less publicly funded because there's not enough public funds to solve that problem, and to help address the racial equity issues around housing and housing development as well. But this podcast is not specifically about that. It's really to share what I and others have learned on this journey because in this 11 years, after I started New Way Homes, a nonprofit fund to help fund more affordable housing, and then became a principal in Workbench, which is a development and design and build firm that focuses on infill housing. We've learned a ton because the process for development in California has radically changed in that period of time. And that now it can be more successful. It can produce more of the housing we really need, but a whole new type of expertise is needed, which is how to square all these housing laws at the state level that evolve every year with all of the local zoning and processes that have existed for much longer, and how to successfully navigate that to create infill housing. So this podcast is really going to share that information and hopefully have an impact on creating more infill housing in California.